Last time on FF7, what happened? We did the battle on the Condor reactor for something or other. I have great memory. What else do we do? I talked about FF1, which I think fundamentally sets up the kind of gameplay and progress loops for the series. Progress being like rate of learning new things, rate of finding new areas and finding new things. Really sets up all the like progressions that will run through the games up in a nice way, but is not actually a very good game in itself. And lastly, we came here to this beautiful city of Junin, where Priscilla has a dolphin that got attacked by a monster, and she accused us of being Shinra, and we fought the boss, and then we did CPR. So that was very exciting. And now, where do we go next? Can't go check in on Priscilla yet. We will be able to soon. Can't go up Shinra Inc.'s elevator. Maybe we can take a nap. Let's talk to this woman. Hey, come in for a while. There we go. I heard what happened. You've done so much for Priscilla. You all must be tired. If you want to get some rest, stay here. Perfect. We will do so. Though I think it will heal our fury status. Make yourselves at home. Take a rest? Yeah, let's rest. That reminds me. You again. Who are you? You'll find out soon. But more importantly, 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Nibelheim? When you went to Mount Nibel then, Tifa was your guide, right? Yeah, I was surprised. But where was Tifa other than that? I don't know. It was a great chance for you two to see each other again. We did go to her house, but we didn't see her there. You're right. Why couldn't you see each other alone? I don't know. I can't remember clearly. Why don't you try asking Tifa? Yeah. Then get up. Hey, wake up. Wake up, Cloud. Tifa. When Sephiroth and I went to Nibelheim, where were you? We saw each other, right? The other time. No, it was 5 years ago. I don't remember. But something seems strange outside. Cloud, come quick. Alright, we did not get an answer there. This part of the game, I think there's something sneaky we can do. I think if we run off alone back to the fort and do another minigame there, I think we get a peace ring, which can set up some vaguely funky stuff with Nanaki, but not a big deal. So we will not be doing that. And we'll have access to them later. It's not like a unique item. I heard that girl regained consciousness. Let's talk to every party member. Doesn't it seem a little strange? Everything getting so noisy all of a sudden. Seems like something's going on up there. So you can see they basically like all have the same lines here. I was talking about this last time. Does this have something to do with Shinra? Where like any of these lines, like maybe you'd write it slightly differently, but could be changed to any character. What's this loud music? It's giving me a headache, right? It's really not important, but it keeps each character having lines as the game goes on, whether they are relevant or not to the current story. And as I was talking about last game, some games handle this better than others. Are you alright now? Thanks for helping. I'm sorry, I mistook you for one of those Shinra Inc. That's alright. I'll give you something special. It's an amulet. Take good care of it, okay? Received Shiva materia. Weird amulet, but we'll take it. What's that music? It sure sounds lively. I heard they're rehearsing the reception for the new Shinra president. We know who that is. Rufus? I gotta pay my respects. Yeah, you do. Grandpa and Grandma told me this beach was beautiful when they were small. But after the Shinra built that city above, the sun stopped shining here, and the water got polluted. I was raised on that story and hate Shinra so much I could die. You think Rufus is thinking about crossing the ocean from here too? What? Does that mean Sephiroth already crossed the ocean? Cloud, didn't you finish Rufus off? We gotta get to the town up there. Maybe we could climb the tower. No, there's a high voltage current running underneath the tower. Don't wander near it. It's dangerous. But you might be able to if Mr. Dolphin helps you. Follow me. This game fully, just goes kind of silly. I think, there's a lot of FF7 media now that sort of presents it as... And I haven't touched the remake. I hate that it exists. But there's coverage of it that treats, Cloud as, this really cool character. And that's just not who he is. And that's great. I think Cloud is one of the best characters in video games. But it's not because he's cool. Now, for a character to get really popular, they need to clearly appear cool or attractive to a lot of the populace, right? Otherwise, characters are unlikely to get very popular. You might say there's exceptions for kind of more Nintendo-y characters, but I think even that kind of still rings true, just in a slightly different way. So clearly there have to be a lot of people that just think Cloud is the coolest. But for some other people to find him a really compelling character, he has to actually not be cool. And a lot of the successful characters are characters that come off as cool or attractive to the people that are just looking for that. And for the people who are looking for more of a person, they realize this person isn't those things necessarily, but it will still work for the people who are just looking for those things, if that makes sense. Anyway, FF7 is a thoroughly silly game. And while this is not a particularly interesting part of it, riding Mr. Dolphin up to Shinra Tower, it is to say, there's stuff that treats it as, there's, the cross-dressing scene kind of thing, or, one scene like that is, a little surprising or out there or showing Cloud isn't cool, but it's really, all throughout we're just doing goofy things. And, it's not just the scene in the Sector 6 slums, it's not just some stuff with Palmer later, it's really just throughout. High voltage tower. I guess this means Cloud will be alright. Yeah, better leave it to Cloud. We're counting on you, Cloud. Everyone goes, that seems really dangerous. Cloud, we'll let you do it. Hey, wait a second. Everyone walks off. We'll let Cloud do it. Alright, Cloud can do it. How many tries will it take me? So we're going to be jumping on Mr. Dolphin to try to get up. How many tries will it take me? And will I miss by enough I pass out? Wait a minute. Because if we hit the currents, you can pass out here. Not a game over or anything, but... I don't really remember where the spot is, so I'm going to guess, and hopefully I get it right, for where to leap from. Now ain't that something? I ain't never seen no dolphin jump like that. Pretty cool, huh? When I blow this whistle, Mr. Dolphin jumps for me. Here, this is for you, Cloud. Big shrug, Cloud's main gesture. A gift. What am I supposed to do with it? Just go into the water, blow this whistle, and Mr. Dolphin will jump you to the top of the pole. Jump to the top of the pole? See that rod sticking out at the top? If you jump just right, you can climb to the top of the town. Good luck, Cloud. If you make it, we'll follow you. Oh, I'll hold the PHS for you. It'll break if it gets wet. You want to jump with Mr. Dolphin? Sure. Alright, where are we going to be? I feel like it's somewhere over here. Let's try it. Nope. Big miss. Alright, let's try here. Back the other direction. Ooh, that was close. I feel like if it's close, then jumping from close to where you were going back should come close as well, right? You should be able to make slight adjustments there because it's looping back and forth towards it. And we did it, that was what, 5 tries-ish, maybe? Not the worst. This is clearly a no-damage speedrun, if you couldn't tell. Ooh, look at them graphics. What I like is how just every cutscene's graphics like this, where they keep the normal character model, just makes that model look so much worse than everything else around. That's an airship. It's been given a lot of attention in this cutscene. Like, if there wasn't something happening with that airship at some point, it would not be getting a cutscene there, right? That is one of those times, and it's totally fine that games do tells like this, but anytime a cutscene like really focuses in on some object, and that object had no reason to matter to you before the cutscene, you can properly conclude, this item, this is important. Junin Harbor is one of the main Shinra locations in the game. Hey, ho, hurry, hurry, the new president, he's here, he's here. Hey, you still dress like that? Come here. What have we gotten ourselves into? Big shrug. Here, get in the room. I should, like, have a, take a drink every time Cloud shrugs, but I probably wouldn't survive. Today's the big day when we welcome President Rufus. Hurry up and change. But there's a uniform in the locker. Hurry and change. I am trapped. All right, we're going to the locker. It's the Shinra uniform. Guess we gotta change. Brings back memories. Quit yapping. Hurry up. A Shinra uniform. I was so proud when I first put it on. I wonder when it was. I couldn't stand wearing this thing anymore. Wow, you look good in it. You remember the greeting procedure, right? Shrug. The look on your face says you forgot. Alright, I'll show you again. Do just like we do. And for the 56th time in this game, we have a minigame. This one is a press buttons when they tell you to type of minigame. But it really, this FF, more than I think any other, has just this remarkable number of small little, quite short, not like elongated, but just quite short minigames throughout. This is one I am not particularly good at, but it is also fine to get a medium score at the resulting things. It's arguably you get the better item for it. I think if you do really well, you get a new weapon for Cloud that you will get soon enough anyway. And if you do mid-good, I think you get an HP plus materia, and it's nice to start getting experience on that earlier. Though the weapon might be his double growth weapon. So I'm not sure. Either result, you get a nice thing as long as you're not terrible. Commander, we'll help too. This is how to do it. We'll sing too. Thanks. Alright, show 'em. Now march. This is the welcoming march. Then I'll sing along with you. Quietly. Hey, come on now. Now. And march. Rufus, Rufus, Shinra. Keep in step with the soldier next to you and march smoothly. Once you're all in step, shoulder your gun. Sure? Good. Make sure you do well at the real parade. Yeah. So the part I'm really bad at, not particularly, it might be hard for me to press buttons correctly here because I never remember what my keyboard settings are, but marching in time, I never run in and get in group right. Always do terrible there. Rufus has arrived. Preparation complete. Would be nice if we could finish that Rufus off. Alright, showtime. Don't disgrace yourselves. And this is Junin. And you can see, I think they always do a really good job when there's kind of the Shinra locked off part of a city versus the lower area of the city, much like Midgar. We see just a huge divide in how the city's going to look here. Begin the welcome parade. We can see Heidegger up front. We can see Rufus in his car. And soldiers marching past. Alright. Don't really have a choice. There's a little exploration we can do, but I think we can do that later. Need be. And one of those things where we're in cutscene, but we can control some movement, which is kind of neat. It moved off us, though. And we also see Junin Harbor from the outside. It's quite a nice airstrip. And on the left, quite a large cannon. Probably Shinra's biggest weapon, as it turns out. Oh no, no one's here. Did we miss it? Late? Hey, rookie, it's because you're running around like that. Captain, we'll take a shortcut. Right. Good idea. Get over here. Alright, I'm the one running in weird patterns rather than the one running straight to them. Alright, you first. Alright, you first. Okay, so we gotta go. I'll go first. Now you watch close and do as I do, rookie. Just sneak into the back of the line when you see an opening. So you can see they run over, they join, and they're walking with them. And now I'm supposed to attempt this, and oh, it's going to be dark. Now listen up, the parade's going to be broadcast live on Shinra TV around the world. If you look bad, the whole Junin army will look bad. Remember that and don't screw up. Weirdly, every regiment is marching with 2 troops in the back. Okay, jump in when I give you the sign. Just sneak in from the back. Don't mess up the row. No matter what you do, don't try to go in from the front. Alright, start marching. So we can... I think we have to wait for the next one. But it is funny that they just march in 3-3-2s. Like, obviously that is to help you jump in. Charge! But... oh, I am... can I press a button? Nope. Alright. Hey, I'm in line now. What the hell was that soldier doing? I don't know. Are the points up? Well, it's so-so. Better send that soldier something. Received 6 potions. Ah, usually they send me a grenade, so I did better than I usually do. I always find that amusingly threatening. That soldier, we need them to do better? Send them a grenade. They'll know what that means. Well, this is just like, man, you must be injured or something. Have some potions. Good, we made it. Oh, President Rufus. Hey, line up and shut up. Don't make a move. That's Heidegger guffawing in front of him, as he is wont to do. How's the job? What happened to the airship? The long-range airship is still being prepared. It should be ready in about 3 more days. Gyahaha! Even the Air Force's Gelnica. Gyahaha! Stop that stupid horse laugh. Things are different than when Father was in charge. Heidegger, you are not positioning yourself well with the new chief. Gya. Is the ship ready? Yes, sir. We'll get it ready quickly. Rufus, not interested in our troops. Heidegger, we all laugh with him, obviously. He gets pissed. Hey! Because he did not get the response he wanted from Rufus and wants to take it out on someone, so may as well punch a soldier a few times. Big shrug. A lot of shrugs this episode. And they're off. Rufus, the new age of Shinra. What a disaster. Heidegger was really irritated. The man in the black cape's been roaming the city, but we can't find him. We know who that is. Shrug. Man in a black cape? He showed up 2 or 3 days ago and killed a few of our soldiers. He disappeared right after that. There's a rumor going around that it was Sephiroth. Attention! Dismissed. But it can't be Sephiroth. He died 5 years ago. Hey, you. You messing with the army? Who cares? Shrug. Nice. You're too lazy. No break for you. Get over here. Alright, apparently we were not an impressive soldier here. This is the military soldier. Your orders for today are to send off President Rufus at the dock. I'll keep drilling you until it's time. I'll help, sir. Me too, sir. Alright, line up in order and show me your final pose. Today's command is formation. Remember it. Ready? Junin military send-off. Begin. And then you have to press buttons with them. And triangle. Yeah, and you can see them pressing the buttons as he says. Square. I think square for me is the option key. X, I think, is command. No, is shift. Alright. Anyway, this is probably going to be a bit of a disaster, but let's practice. Circle. Did I pick right? Triangle. I know which one's triangle. Square. Got it second try. X. Nope. X and square I have wrong. Okay. Turned the wrong way. Oh, we got it. What's today's special pose? Huh? Haven't decided yet. Alright, rookie, I'll let you decide. Show me your best move. Shrug, that is our best move. Let's see, my best move is not. You already got it, Cloud. Nah, it's not the gun twirl. It's clearly the shrug. Whoa, that's awesome. Nah, it was the shrug that really brought it all together. Wouldn't that be funny? Like, the new president comes in, everyone does this big military salute, and at the end they just all shrug at him. See, that's what we want out of our military salutes. Alright, we'll go with that as today's special. Practice it. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Well then, meet at the dock. Don't be late. Attention, dismissed. Now we are going to explore the city. So this takes us back out to the airfield, I believe. Yeah. There will be one point in the game I turn this on where we can see exits, but it's not yet. Nothing there. This is the one place here we haven't explored. This is the elevator down to the entrance we couldn't go up, the Shinra elevator. May as well save. Another chance to see my beautiful color scheme. Why didn't they do this in other FFs? Like FF9 you can choose like blue or gray. And that's fine. But this is where it's at. This is what makes a game great. But it's really nice to be able to like, hey, I recognize that man. It's nice to have characters be seen outside of cutscenes. Even like obvious villains like Rude. So we'll check each little door. Come on, forget about your job. Step right up. Okay? We will forget about our job. Welcome. I was just starting to get worried. You see, our sales were pretty bad today. Let's see if I can help. Sense we have too many of already. Seal, I think, has some interesting uses, but we don't have the way to make it interesting yet. Heal can heal some status effects. Revive can heal knocked out characters. Now, Revive 2 can fully heal them. So while Revive gives a more repeatable effect than Phoenix Downs, Revive 2 also gives just a much stronger effect. And I think it's probably worth buying one of these. We might be given one automatically at some point, but nice to have. Like, feels good to have. Let's sell off some. No, that's useful. Sell off a few things. Because we might run out of money here. I might not have enough money to buy all I want to buy. Oops, didn't mean to go back in. I mean, I'm hoping, of course, not to get KO'd very often, right? That's the dream, if at all. But if we are gonna, hey, yo, you want weapons? If we are gonna get KO'd, so we already have the hard edge, we already have the grand glove because we're good at stealing, and we already have Nanaki's next weapon. So we actually don't need anything here because we did smart stealing. But two of our characters we would have wanted to upgrade there, or if we were using a different party. Let's check in on Rude. How's it going? You too? Then take your mask off and come here. That's our rule. He's just gambling, probably playing craps. I got really into craps when I was like 9 years old. Just played a lot of dice. Obviously not for serious stakes, but for like quarters and stuff. Anything else to buy? Oh, a soldier, welcome. None of this looks very relevant to me. We have a few tents if needed, and we have some hypers. So hyper cures sadness, right? If we had sadness, we could use a hyper to heal it, but it also makes fury, and that's our main use for it. Just exploring all the places we can go to. I think there's an item back here. No, incorrect. Know-it-all, huh? All right, come in. Okay, we'll go there in a minute. Let's go upstairs first. Past the dog. On the trash can, maybe? Yeah. Received 135th Soldier. Totally useless. Received Mind Source. Useful. Received Luck Source. Useful. Luck, I think, in this game is mostly determining critical hits, as it is in most games. Power Source. Nice. I'm not going to the parade. The road to becoming Soldier First Class is very difficult. Guard Source. So this is a nice little house to explore, because you know, you get some permanent stat boost. Not enough to make, like, huge difference, but a little bit is nice. in general, games are usually pretty cautious about giving you too many items that permanently alter your stats. And this is not an exception. You can get a lot of them end game if you really want to, be boring for a while. Okay, so here we're just going for the enemy skill materia. We get a second enemy skill materia. Okay, expert. So this place, you can learn stuff about your limit breaks. And so like extreme limits, for instance, I think refers to your level 4 limit break. So you will naturally, as you use your first limit of a level, if you use it enough, you get your second limit break of that level. Then if you get enough kills, you open up the second level of limit breaks. You can get kills before you've used your limit break enough times, and that can unlock the next level before you've actually unlocked the... I don't think there's more to explore here, so we're just gonna... this isn't where we do the send-off, though. Send-off at the port, yeah. You can actually unlock the next level before you have used your limit a number of times. And for instance, one way to do that is we got Matra Magic, and in the mines there are a bunch of fights where you fight like 5 enemies at once. And if you just spam Matra Magic there for like 8 MP a fight, you get 4 or 5 kills, and you can pretty quickly unlock your next limit breaks there if you want to. And that's a useful thing to do. Oh, more Turks. The minute you think the job's boring, you guys start messing around. Not me, like the other Turks. Hey, soldier boy, aren't you still on duty? I am. And it doesn't look like we can reach Sang. Huh. I wonder if they gave him dialogue here. Because we can't actually get to him. I bet they did. Let's keep exploring. Maybe we'll find more sources. But I think we're more likely to find 135th soldiers. Here's a place to rest. We don't need it. Please come in. More shops. Lots of stores in June. If we don't do this, we can't compete. But what bothers me is that the girls make more than me. We have all of this except for Earth, and I don't think Earth matters much to us. Poison is the best materia so far in the game. I think we can all agree on that. Maybe now passed by enemy skill now that we have Matra Magic and potentially Beta, if we had gotten it. I used to be in Soldier. Once I left, I opened up the shop, but to tell you the truth, I'd rather be at the shop downstairs. Everyone's horny out there. We don't need to protect against darkness or sleep. There are some games where if there was like a shop here selling you like protect against darkness, it would mean the next thing in the game is going to have a lot of darkness. But that's actually not the case here. Few more buildings to explore. Hopefully this isn't too mindlessly boring. Got another speed source. Aren't you still on duty? Look, I'm in no position to talk, but... Shinra soldiers may not all be the most committed to the job. Which I think is realistic to soldiers virtually everywhere. Which is not to say like all soldiers are all off all the time, but everyone's gonna need breaks. Weapons and accessories. We already went to a weapon shop, but let's try this one. Maybe it is better gear, I don't really remember. Oh, welcome. We don't have anything special now. Kind of messed up the last time I ordered, but feel free to look around. That makes me think they do not have amazing gear. Yeah, this looks like they have the level previous gear, and the other shop we looked at has gear at the level we're at. But neither is quite an improvement. So let's head to the dock. We'll see off President Rufus, and I think we'll call it a video. I was thinking of talking a little about FF2, because we talked about FF1 last time, but there's not a lot to say about FF2. It has actively makes a lot of decisions to just increase frustration. Stuff like you run through a room and there's 3 doors at the end, and if you get the door wrong, it resets you to the start of the room. There's no way of knowing which is the right door unless you've like memorized it or using a guide. Alright, it's time. President Rufus has now arrived. 10 hut. This is it. Junin military reception. Do it right. Do it with enthusiasm. Ready. Alright, this is going to be panic on my part. Right face. I went the wrong way. Great. Triangle. We can do that. I'm going to right face just to look. Nope, I went too far. Square. This is awful. Cross. No, I did the wrong one. Left face. Square. Nope, I did triangle. This is awful. Triangle. Okay. Left face. We did one right. Okay, cool. Circle. I think that's this one. Yeah. Triangle. We did that on time. Okay, sweet. Triangle. Circle. Circle. Triangle. Triangle I'm best at. I remember which button's triangle. Left face. Circle. Square. Got there eventually. Cross. Right face. Cross. Nope, I did circle. Alright, now finish strong. Turn towards him. Special. Alright. Now, we wanted to get between 60 and 100, I think, for the HP plus. And somehow, with my horrible show, we did it. Very entertaining. Keep up the good work. Rave reviews coming in. I'm very good at pressing buttons. But I do think, actually, like, there's a good case for intentionally getting a score like this, even though, like, you can obviously get higher. Because I like HP plus materia. I think it's really nice to have more HP. We can also see Red 13 in the background there hiding. Very sneaky, very stealthy, dodging back. No one's going to spot him. Once the word gets out that Sephiroth's here, Cloud and his friends will show up too. Maybe they will. Maybe there's one within like 4 feet of you. We'll crush them as soon as we find them. Heidegger, excessively competent. We can't have them get in our way. Leave it up to me, sir. Yahaha. I thought I told you to stop that stupid laugh. Yeah. Time to find someone to pummel again. Gotta let out that aggression. Run away. Oh, I guess he didn't hit anyone this time. Alright, probably not great working for Heidegger. Seems like a bad boss. Alright, dismissed. That was close. Heidegger's been really edgy lately. Because Hojo disappeared, leaving a letter of resignation. Ooh, we learned something here. And in fact, I think that would be a good thing to return to. That's big news. That would be a good way to start up. Hojo has disappeared. Now, we know Hojo was involved in creating monsters at the Nibelheim facility 5 years ago. We know he was interested in studying and breeding Eris, as well as breeding Nanaki, which is why he put them in a cage together. We know he will never be Professor Gast, according to Sephiroth, but he has come closer than Sephiroth expected. But Sephiroth also clearly called him, like, a nonsense hack. Yeah. And to briefly talk about FF2, it never came over to the US in its original form. It did eventually come over a little later. But FF4 ended up being called FF2 because FF2 didn't come over in the initial US release. FF2 has a ton of stuff that's just clearly there to add frustration. It is much worse paced. There's maybe apocryphal, but maybe just real rumors and quotes from one of the main people they added for FF2, just like actively talking about how the gaming experience should be frustrating. Just wild stuff. Obviously, that should not be the goal of constructing a game. There's maybe a little more ambitions in the story, but I don't think it really goes anywhere. And there's a huge gameplay decision to have whenever you take an action, your stats get better in some connected way and worse in some other way. And I think this could have been quite an interesting way where you can really sculpt your stats to the things you do. But it ended up, and honestly, most kind of galaxy brain ideas like this do end up this way. It ends up being this clunky, frustrating experience where your characters just don't do the things you want them to do as well as you want them to do. And so FF2, I've only played it through once. I like save stated to skip the doors, sending me to the wrong places, and did some mild stuff like that just to, the game is not about making a good user experience, but using mild cheating, you can make it a slightly better experience, just on like save states, and so it doesn't screw you over when it's trying to. And yeah, I didn't have a terrible time. I saw some advice that said like there's a way to get a little overpowered at the start of the game and make it easier to run through some frustrating parts, so I did that. And honestly, I didn't have a bad experience. It was more, I had just played FF1. I was hoping to do a run through of like every FF. As I keep talking about this, I'll let you know where that run got derailed. But I did make it through FF2, and I actually had a better time with it than I did with FF1 that run. But FF1 is obviously a much better game. I will never return to FF2. I've beaten FF1 a few times. There's a good chance I never return to it, but I might. And it is a much more important and interesting start to the series than the continuation in FF2 was, which is pretty much just a failed game that no one really appreciates. And we'll stop there. And I think, yeah, FF7 remaining interesting. FF2, not a good game. Will FF3 be better? Find out next time.